I'm so serious, bitch. Like that's literally where I'm at this point. Just so many people that that I encountered, just they must have dropped out their mom's asshole. Her pussy was busy, or her mouth was busy, and she just did not have the time to swallow because so much of the shit that's going on right now is driving me. It's not even driving me crazy. I'm just tired. I'm
Hmm.
tired, and like I was telling you yesterday, like I had a break. Like I know the theme today is gonna be about being nice and everything, and
Yeah, let's
about
tell the
not being
children.
nice. Hang on,
This is
y'all.
deep bank discussions, y'all. We're gonna let Rora continue because, again, hi, we're back, or we will be. 2020 has been a mess. You about to hear about a good chunk of it in this episode, but
Ooh.
this episode is about not being nice. Now, some of y'all might have thought we seem nice in other episodes, and we can be, but we've also showed you how unnice we can be.
Baby, you looking at
It,
the meanest people you'd never seen in your life. I just look like a teddy bear.
girl, he that Teddy Ruxpin that will shake you. You put that cassette tape in, it say "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Get the toy knife. uh, but yes, this particular or general theme of this episode is going to be no loosey goosey, but we're going to talk about no longer being nice. The general idea here is that a lot of people are in bad or shitty situations, primarily either due to A, being too nice to other people, or B, and I'm going to just cut deep right now, pretending that your niceness makes you a good person when really you're just too lazy to do something.
Ooh, bitch.
I
Ooh.
didn't mean, I know we what, barely 3 minutes in,
Ooh.
but this is that type of episode. So, Roro, go ahead. Let's
Oh my
continue.
goodness, but no, guys, with my personal experience, everybody's workplace for the most part can be kind of super shitty. Well, I can't tell you guys necessarily where I work, but I can tell you that I deal with some very shitty people. And long story short, my boss called me in yesterday to talk to me about something that I did on Saturday at the request of his boss that his boss got in trouble for. And now he's just like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna tell. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell him. I don't know how we're gonna make this work. Blah blah. I was like, first of all, this happened 72 hours ago, so I don't understand why I'm hearing what you want from me. Secondly, why is this a problem if we've done the same pattern before just 3 weeks ago and nobody said anything? Why are we not talking about what happened 3 weeks ago? Why are we talking about what happened 3 days ago? This happened 3 weeks ago. See, you're the manager in here, and you should know these things. So then he's just like, well, if you didn't know how to do it, you could have called the big guy and asked him for advice. I was like, hold on just a second. Why would I ask? And this is where I stopped being nice, y'all. This is where I had to break. I was like, why would I ask you or him how to do shit up here at this job? Excuse me? You don't know your job. You don't know my job. He don't know my job. You don't know how to do anything that goes on in the office where I work. I don't understand how you're a manager. Matter of fact, you want to know what? Let's sit here. You pull the system up for me since we're in your office. Pull it up, and I'll show you exactly what happened. Oh, well, I don't have the link to that system. You're the manager. Yes, you do. And if you don't have the link, you damn sure have got super duper access. So this is my point that I just made. Why would I ask two people who don't know what the fuck to do what the fuck to do? He's like, well, I still don't know what I'm going to tell him. I was like, this sounds like a very personal problem that you got to figure out. And y'all, when I tell you, you all need to start using that phrase, especially when it comes to the professional realm, when you're dealing with somebody who you shouldn't be nice to. Because there's a difference between management and leadership. Leadership, they bring you with them. They help you. They know how your job works. They can actually, sit in and do stuff with you. But leaders take you with them. They lead you. They lead you to success. They make you great. provided you want to be great. Because, there's some motherfuckers, you can lead a horse to water, but you can throw the motherfucker in the lake, it still ain't gonna drink. But and then there's management who literally all of management's whole ideal is that you were there to make everything better for them. And they don't need to know how things run. They don't have any business knowing any procedures or anything. All they know is that if they put pressure on you due to their ascribed position's authority, that you should, one, worship their ass, and two, make sure that everything for them is absolutely comfortable. And you guys know that you run into people with this mentality. They're called yes men. We have them in all of our offices. You have the yes men and you have the snitches. So if you literally are in the office and you have a Randall Weasley, for those of y'all who watched Recess, if you have a Randall Weasley in your fucking office, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Because you have the motherfucker who's always telling your boss yes to everything. But the motherfucker says yes to everything, can't get it done, don't know how to do it, and every time you make a little tiny mistake or do something, despite the fact that you're a hardworking person in the office, they're the one that snitches on you. Do you want to tell the boss why you came back 67 minutes or 67 seconds late from break? I just want to know why you clocked in late today. I'm sorry, are you my boss? And really though, snitches get stitches. Like, shit will get handled, and just karmatically, somebody who is like that, they'll eventually get fucked up. But we know this episode is not talk about karma. We talked about y'all need to stop being nice to people. Start calling them out on their shit, just like me yesterday at work. Call them out on their shit, because I was just like, you don't really fucking know your job. Y'all don't understand how orgasmic and how satisfying that moment was for me, because I saw this old homophobic black man's whole head catch on fire. He had steam coming out his ears, and in his head, you could tell that he was like, I know this motherfucker really just didn't say this to me. But at the same time, I was just like, here's the CVS receipt, boo. Like, here it is. You do not know what the fuck is like. I literally sat there and professionally read him for film. And y'all gotta stop doing that. Because when you're nice to stupid people, when you're nice to mean people, when you're nice to people, to fake people, you start ending up in these situations that you really should not be in. Let me tell y'all, I was nice to somebody and I ended up in a 6-month relationship trying to get rid of the motherfucker. Don't do shit like this. Girl, wait, what was that? No? 2020, I'm telling y'all, we over here, child, I can't. No, uh-uh. I don't hear no volume. Y'all, I'm so sick of 2020. This is the shit I'm talking about right here. Now, them headphones was working literally a minute ago. Like, a minute ago. What? Y'all saw them work, right? Y'all saw this shit. What's going on, 2020? I'm sick of you. I'm fucking sick. I don't hear a damn thing. My speakers are turned all the way up. I don't even see the microphone moving on your thing. Wait, there you are.
Hello.
There you are. Yes. Yes.
Mm. Girl, I don't even know it's this thing. One more moment. Let's see.
No. Go back to what it was.
Girl, this mic has decided to give the literal fuck up. Like lit mid. See, not be nice to these headphones. I'm about to toss them in the dumpster fire with the rest of the hoes in line for all the other egregious shit they have caused this year. So anyway, this is going through my webcam.
Now I have to try to remember where I was even getting the hell at. You go ahead.
All I was saying is like, see y'all, don't be, and see, here's the whole thing. Don't be nice to shit. Don't be nice to nothing. I mean, aside from that fucking relationship, like, and the whole thing is, what I hate is when you nice to somebody because you have pity on the person. So you nice to somebody because they stupid. Let's talk about a stupid person real quick. You
Ooh.
nice to a stupid person. That motherfucker will sit there and put you in a situation where you look dumb. And everybody is gonna be sitting around you like, now you wanna know what? You knew that motherfucker was stupid. You knew goddamn well you shouldn't have been fucking around with that motherfucker. The fuck you was doing being nice to somebody. Just like I always say, we not nice to fives. We don't even fucking speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do it in any other situation?
Girl, I got an exact story for that one. Literally, I was having to talk to a partner of mine going on and on about how work is causing him stress because he has to keep doing the work of other people in the office. And he generally likes them. Like they seem like cool people, but they can't get nothing done. Every time he turns around, they're asking him questions. They still don't know how to do their jobs. They so egregious to the point that when they all learn something new as a group at the same time, the other two have now gotten to the point where they don't learn it at all because they know they can ask him to either explain it or eventually do it for them. And the reason he won't is because he likes to be nice. Again, here's that whole thing where you being nice is taking your ass out of house and home. Y'all like anime? Y'all like anime? You know what? I know another situation about someone being too nice? Tokyo Ghoul. If y'all did not know that was part of the primary storyline, that's being too nice. He aspired to be like his mother, who worked herself to death for her sister because she cared about her sister, but her sister didn't want to get her life together. So she spent her whole time working herself to the bone till she died. So the main character, was it in Kaneki? I think it's Kaneki.
Kaneki.
Yeah, his whole thing was being too nice. He didn't want to put other three people through pain. His mom would go on about how it's better for you to go through pain than to cause other people that pain. And that is a part of literally his mantra in the beginning. That's part of his mantra until the climax of season one, where someone was more than happy to put him through pain forever, forever, until there's a part where the thing.
Oh, child, I just remember because wasn't it count backwards in sets of three or some shit
Mm-hmm,
like that?
mm-hmm. And by the way, as much as the villain in particular who did that is crazy, he was actually trying to break this motherfucker out of that. He
And
was
he did.
like, that was his point. You think it was just pain for pain, not trying to like validate this motherfucker because he batshit crazy anyway, because this shit happened to him. But like, you have to get to that point where, girl, this is your life, your life. It is about you. You are going to leave this world with whatever mistakes you made, whatever successes you made belonging to you and no one else. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up in particular with him is because when these people have issues or problems, now his boss is asking him, did he train them right? Now there is a illusion that the reason these people are incompetent is because they weren't trained. And you want to know where that came from? That came from the narrative of like the people Roro was talking about, the mediocrity. There are people who aspire to mediocrity when they ain't even worth 1% of the EXP bar to get there. They want to appear that way. They want to look that way. They want to be treated that way, but they want to put zero effort into it. So to defend themselves and protect themselves, they create the narrative or frame that, oh, they haven't been taught it, where the blame gets passed to someone else.
I got somebody in my office like that. And it's so funny because I stopped being nice to this bitch a long time ago. But the whole thing is the bitch been in the position 10 years. I've been in the position 3 years. When I first got there, how the fuck have I been here like a year and you asking me questions? You telling me that you can't remember how to do shit. Bitch, you the one that showed me how to do it when I first got here. But like her whole narrative is that she created a narrative basically saying that because she spent years as a hairdresser, the formaldehyde and the chemicals that they used to have in hair products has caused her to lose her short-term memory. Well, bitch, if you've lost your short-term memory and you've been here 10 years, you might be disabled. Like, let's go on ahead. You need to apply for disability, baby, because you are wasting everybody's time. Why the fuck does somebody teach you something and you ask questions about it 5 minutes later like it never fucking happened? But then that's her whole defense because and she fucks up a lot, but when she fucks up, her thing is management didn't train me right. I wasn't trained properly, blah blah blah. And we're
After
all
10
like,
years.
bitch, you were in the same room with us, you filled out the same form saying that you understood everything that you were just taught. So we have it on paper that you know what the fuck is up.
After 10 years.
Yeah, after 10 years, this bitch is still a fucking wreck. And the
How
whole
she
thing
still
is,
got a job?
well, the way that she still has a job, and for those of y'all who are wondering, yes, she is. But the way that she still has a job is that, and this is something about being nice to people that y'all need to stop. She got a job because she spends her whole day pointing out flaws that other people do. She spends her whole day, and if she can't find any flaws in your work, she starts drama. You stub your toe and you, like, literally this happened. A coworker stubbed their toe and they cussed. They said, oh shit. And she went to HR about this person creating a hostile work environment because they were using swear words. So now, if you swear in the office and she's there, you're expected to apologize to her. And I'm just like, I'm not apologizing for shit that I say. Hold up. First of all, if you don't like the way that I speak, you can walk out the room. Secondly, if I'm sitting over here cussing up a storm and I haven't punched in, I'm not on the clock. So leave me the fuck alone. But I stopped being nice to her a long time ago. And for me, let me tell y'all, when you literally, how do I explain this the right way? Like, you can be cordial to someone and not be nice. And a lot of people get caught up in being nice for the sake of being nice, and you keep putting your energy into these people. Long time ago, I was a supervisor, and I had one person who was fucking up like every day, and I had another person who kept trying to stop that person from fucking up, and these two would fight like cats and dogs all the time. Um, I can't remember the dude's name. I think it was Matthew, and the girl's name was Tiffany. But they kept getting into fights, and I had to sit down and counsel them. And I literally was like, Matthew, you're a fuck up. You really need to learn your job and how to do stuff. I'm tired of every day I come in and you're fucking up something that we just talked about 2 or 3 days ago. I'm sick of it, bro. Sit here, read this information. If you have questions, write them down, and then we'll go over the answers. And I was just like, but if you can't figure it out at this point, I'm going to suggest that you get fired. Tiffany, stop it. Well, he's part of my team. Stop it. Stop being nice. Stop caring about this motherfucker. Pull the energy away. Stop caring about the team. There's no I in team, which means that the team does not care about you. You got to rearrange things in the team and figure out that there's a me in team. You are part of it. You need to make sure that when you come to the team, you are okay. You upholding somebody else, number one, you doing my job. Number two, you sitting over here running yourself crazy. And, Tiffany thought I was hot and everything, but I told her, I was like, look, I'm gonna make a bet with you. I'm gonna make a bet. Because this fool's like not necessarily in my jurisdiction. I can't get him fired. His boss has to get him fired. Tell you what, you stop fucking with him. You stop being nice to him. You stop trying to help him. You just let shit happen. And I'll tell you what, in 7 days, if he doesn't get himself fired, but you have to wholly pull back, in 7 days, if he doesn't get himself fired, bitch, I will fuck the shit out of you. I will lay you down for the next 6 months every day and dick you the fuck down and give you the one thing that I know you want from me. I will give you a baby. but you gotta wait 7 days. And she's like, you gonna put, we signed out, she still got the contract. We signed that paper out. That motherfucker got fired 3 days later. He fucked up like 5 times in a row. And I'm telling y'all that story to tell you, like, you gotta stop doing this shit. And we see this shit in all kinds of stuff. Alizar's finna hit you about everything that's going on with politics right now. But like just in everyday interactions, you gotta stop being nice to these people. It's 2020, and I know I just said this shit and everything that we done put out this year. 2020, big hearted people, people who are capable, we not saving nobody this year. We barely scraping by enough on our own. And guess what? We're not saving nobody this year. We're not saving nobody in 2021 or 2022. We can start caping for hoes in 2025. We need a 5 year grace period. We not saving nobody. Stop being fucking nice. Because all niceness does is it keeps getting you fucked up. You know that saying, nice guys finish last? That's because everybody fucked him on the way to first place.
Yep. And we need to get rid of some of the illusions here. To hold someone accountable for their fuck ups is not you being mean. It is not you not being nice. It is not you attacking them. There's a lot, and this is what Black people tend to get as a whole, or oppressed minorities when they sick of stuff. People like to think because we are attempting to hold people accountable for understandable shit, we're being mean or we're not being nice or we're not being open or whatever. That's some bullshit. Those are lies that people use to protect themselves because they don't want to have to answer for nothing. And part of that is built on the fact that we have yet to take them to task before. A lot of it's built on top of that niceness we're talking about, where no one's called out that coworker since for doing it. Every time they messed up before, someone was nice and did it for them. And now that's built up and built up and built up to a point where you've almost essentially taken responsibility for their fuck up. It is almost your fault at this point. You've done this person's job so much. You've covered for that person so much. You've taken the blame for it so much that, yeah, when it finally does stop, that is your fault. Essentially, because you were the one keeping them afloat. You were the one that was maintaining the bullshit. And now you stopped, and now there's a problem. Don't let it ever get there. Don't ever let it get there. It's absolutely insane how much I've watched this go on. And I've been through this shit myself. That's the other crappy part. Where I've been too nice to people and they take advantage of it. And the next thing you know, you got a roommate that ain't paid rent in a while because you were being nice because you thought about their situation. You got a relationship where someone is consistently doing something that hurts you or upset you or cheat on you or whatever. And you keep thinking that being nice about it, going about it a different way, not being aggressive, not being direct, being passive is going to help assist you get somewhere or do nothing. No, you are giving them the bricks and the foundation to continue to do it. And you won't be able to stop it because you've yet to. You won't be able to stop the build of the fucking pyramid scheme that is ruining you, using you, taking advantage of you. You built it yourself because you never stopped the slaves being dragged in to build it. You never was like, I don't think all this is right. You should stop this. They should probably have rights and not be slaves to build this bullshit. You never stopped it. So now that it's built, girl, it's just crazy because this always happens to the most competent people too. It's always the nice ones, the most competent ones that, due to knowing they have their shit together, I don't know where it has been built in some of us to think that because we are maintaining some sense of normality, some sense of having it together, that we can suddenly cradle the needs and lives of other people around us. I don't know why we think we can do it. I guess we're just too nice, but it has to end. Like Roro said, it's 2020. It has to stop. It is every man for themselves right now. And some of you guys are experiencing it. That's why there's more workplace issues. That's why relationships are breaking up. People finding new people moving out, roommate situations. Because you've been so nice about the big obstacles and big issues that when you can cut out the distractions, you can cut out the noise, and you're focused to just stare at that shit and deal with that shit day in after day out over and over and over again, y'all can't handle it. You can't deal with it. You need it to be done and over with. And now y'all blowing the hell up over some shit that you pretty much allowed yourself to settle on in your life, in your relationship, in your workplace for days, months, years. There's a storyline that has been crafted and created that's still playing for the next 10 years. The same shit storyline. It's like them damn soap operas that needed to be canceled 30 years ago and they still going on. You wondering whose mama, cousin, alien gonna get pregnant today?
You leave the young and the restless alone. And
The
you want
bold
to
and the
know,
beautiful,
child,
so as
leave
the
them
world
alone.
turns.
Shit. Guiding Light, I think they just canceled that show. But like y'all, like no, like this is such an important concept for everybody to get. Because too many times, we nice about shit. I mean, literally, you want to know what? Let me, for, the straight people who might be listening, but for you church folk, who was the nicest person that you can think of? Don't worry, I'll wait, because we all know it's Jesus, but I'm going to give y'all a few seconds.
And we know how that ended.
They killed him. They murdered him. They killed him because what was he doing? He was being too nice. He was being nice to the hookers, the prostitutes, the heathens, the whores, the pimps, the thieves, and the thugs. And they killed him. You want to think about somebody else who was being real nice? Martin Luther King was being real nice about shit. Malcolm X was not. Martin Luther King was being nice about stuff. He was assassinated. Okay? He was killed. I'm not trying to go out like that, and I don't want to see anybody go out like that. And the whole thing is that if at any point Martin Luther King would have stood up, well, excuse me, he actually did towards the end of his life, which is why they got rid of him. But when he stopped being nice and he was like, you want to know what? I keep trying to appeal to the moral conscience of a morally bankrupt, uh, conscientious, like, or more a morally bankrupt conscience. Like, you motherfuckers don't have no morals. You do not care. If he would have stood up, well, no, excuse me. If he had been standing up like that the entire time, I think the story would have been a little bit different. Because when it comes right down to it, oppression happens out of fear. When you read a whole bunch of like all of these stories, when you look at history and stuff like that, and you see like how people conquered other people, it necessarily wasn't by numbers at first. They usually went after a stronger target. But what they do is they start chipping away at it, chipping away at it, chipping away at it. And see, that's what's happening to everybody here. Is you get chipped away at, but the way that they chip away at you is they be like, oh, well, you know what? You're not a nice person. You're not a nice person. And I cannot tell you how many times I have heard that at my job. People are just like, oh, you're not a nice person. No, I'm not a nice person. You want to know why I'm not a nice person? Because nice people deal with bullshit. Nice people deal with all of this stuff. Now, why the hell would I be nice to you if you've literally got a shovel full of bullshit that you're getting ready to hand me? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But what the fuck soever. And all of y'all really need to get that lesson. And I mean, this means don't be nice to straight people. Don't be nice to homophobic. Well, excuse me, not necessarily straight people. Don't be nice to straight men. Y'all really need to get over this. I'm trying to turn a straight dude. Like, you motherfuckers need therapy. You don't need Jesus. You need therapy and some medication. But that's a story for a different day. But stop being nice to these straight dudes. Stop being nice to people who are homophobic. Stop being nice to people who are anti-Semitic. Stop being nice to people who are anti-Muslim. Stop being nice to people who are xenophobic, transphobic. Stop
Racist.
racist. Sorry, I thought I said that one. But stop being nice. Stop it. Because you want to know what? What's Alizar? What's that old saying? Is that evil has the greatest opportunity in the face of good when it's impotent, or something like that.
The only thing that allows evil to win is when good people do nothing.
Yeah, that's girl. Sorry, see me over here trying to
Something
make
like
it
that.
sound like
But
some ancient proverb, but
girl,
that's
she was going Shakespearean
right.
horns.
I'm privy, Mr. Darcy. But the whole fucking thing is that like when you're nice for no fucking reason, people take advantage of that shit. And literally anybody who is a nice person who is listening to this right now, you already been thought about 17 times where you've been nice and you've been taken advantage of and ended up fucked at the end of the day. And for those of you out there who are listening who have the whole label of being an asshole or being mean or something like that, you remember you thinking about the times where you finally just said, fuck it. You stopped being nice. You started choosing you over everybody else. You started uplifting yourself, and your life has never been better because you have finally become intolerant of things that you refuse to tolerate. No, I'm not going to be nice to this person. Yes, this person is stupid. Yes, this person is racist. Yes, this person is shady, conniving, whatever the fuck it is. No, I'm not. I'm no longer going to afford you my energy and any niceties because society is telling me that we should be nice to each other. Fuck society. And fuck that whole, oh, well, you need to be nice to everybody. Okay, you want to know who says that we should all be nice and get along the most? Conservatives.
Who aren't nice at
Republicans.
all, by the way, ain't nice at all, want to take your rights, want to take everything, but they
Mm-hmm.
think we should be civil. We should be nice about this discord. Good sir, I understand. I want to take your marriage personally. For me, I don't think it's a real thing. God didn't want that, but let's just be nice about it. Let me just wreck up your whole family, your whole home, and what you think is love and just shit on it. But be nice though.
And that's like, well, oh yeah, we're nice, we're God fearing, we're Christian, blah blah blah. No, fuck you. Because you want to know what? Me being nice to you, every time somebody's been nice, that's when shit fucks up. That's when shit fucks up. You see people who are just like, I'm no longer going to be nice. I'm just going to do what I need to do in order for this to actually happen. I'm not going out of my way to be mean, but I'm no longer going to keep being nice. No. And the whole fucking conservative narrative with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything is that it's uncivil, that they want civility, that there's no reason for the rioting and the retaliation and all of this stuff when there is literally empirical evidence because we have dead bodies, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. We literally keep piling up these bodies of these people because we've been nice about it.
Yeah. And by the way, just to hop in, these people not dying is supposed to be the way the job works. You ain't supposed to be killed over no knock warrants at the wrong place. You ain't supposed to be killed because you have a forged $20 bill that ended up being real afterwards anyway. It is a
You,
part of their job to not kill these people. And the fact that you think you need to be nice to people who, like we talk about workplace not or not, who are just not doing their job, period, is absolutely insane.
straight up. And I love how everybody wants to tell everybody else to be nice. Like, oh, you should be nice to police officers. Maybe police officers should be nice to everyone else. Maybe
Maybe
they
police
should.
officers should do their job, which insists of not killing people, regardless of the number of times. You nice people want to act like it's okay, like there's a certain parameter of deaths with the police, of unarmed people. You want to act like, oh, the percentage isn't that high, whether it's black, white, whatever the color people, they shouldn't be dying in the first place. It is their job to protect us, not murder us. And whether you want to be feisty, unless you want to have an upper lip about something, unless you want to read the police officer right there for the way they have 10,000 chins, how can they catch anyone in the first place? It doesn't matter what you say. You shouldn't be dead because that is their job. And the fact that there are 1,001 excuses for people to have died, regardless of color, is absolutely insane. And you have long since stopped being nice about the situation. You are being an active participant in the deaths of people, and that's anything but nice.
Yeah, but then y'all want to run around here saying all lives matter. Okay, all lives matter. You want to know what? Fine. If you want all lives matter, if you want all lives to matter, then why was the officer who had nothing to do with Breonna Taylor's death charged for reckless endangerment for the bullets that didn't hit her, and no one was charged for the bullets that did? If all lives mattered, then what the fuck happened with the George Floyd case? But y'all want to talk about all lives matter. All lives don't matter until black people, gays, transsexuals, anybody who, like, any non-binary, all lives don't matter until all lives matter equally. And see, what your fucking chant in all lives matter is all I hear is just the new Nazi Sig Heil. That's all I'm hearing.
Well,
And the
it's
only,
another.
oh,
Oh, go
what?
ahead. I'll say it's another way to equalize the field. It's another way to reduce the pains, issues, and problems with people of color and law enforcement and make it just be nothing. It's just not that big of a deal. Because white people don't care enough about how much they're dying. They're happy using the statistic of their deaths as a way to counteract Black Lives Matter. That's how ridiculous this is. White people are like, we die more to the police. Why do Black people have a problem? You see how nice that sounds? I'm fine with how much we die because that shows that Black people don't die more. Therefore, that's how insane these people sound. That's how stupid this shit is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, I cannot think of it more. And just, oh gosh, what was the reason?
All lives matter except for white lives because they die more to police, so Black lives don't matter. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Carry on. The police are amazing.
Right? And it's just like, I cannot, like, where do you people come up with this logic from? Like, literally, to me, it's the funniest thing because y'all want to be nice and everybody wants peace in this country. And, on a closing note, I will tell you guys this, as somebody who actually paid attention in history class and read the books and went and read old books because I figured the new books were lying because some shit seemed too sugar coated. Um, all of the countries that are very progressive, that have peace in them, like, everybody wants to say that Japan is one of the most peaceful countries in the modern day world. Japan had hundreds of years of civil war. For a homogenous society to have civil war based off of where you came from, not what you looked like necessarily, but where you came from and the customs of that place, they shed all that blood and now they have peace. America hasn't shed that much on its own soil, not where it was everybody fighting. Right now, people are just getting murdered, but it wasn't people fighting for independence. We're not going to get this without a fight. We're not, and that's why you hoes need to go vote. All you third partiers and green partiers can kiss my fucking ass. You hoes need to go vote. That's all I got.
And that should be it because this was a longer one, but it needed to be said. Everybody needed to stop being nice. Hold people accountable. You can even hold people accountable in a nice way. You don't let the shit go past you. You call out the grievances that you see. If you see a bitch that's all she does is throw stones, you know she got a whole pocket full of stones herself that need to be handled. Bring light to those things. Call her out. Let her know you don't need to know why I'm back at work because you still haven't done half of the tasks you did this morning. And I'm done my work. So regardless of when I came back from lunch, why are you still less than 2% of the work I am? Explain to me that first, and then I will let you know why I need to enjoy my lunch a bit longer. Usually it's probably dealing with making up for shit that your ass has caused for me to do. So when you handle that first, then we'll talk. Put people in their place, let them know where they stand, let them know where you stand on everything. You third partiers and all these people, blah, 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 this system, that. You need to let me know that you don't like the regime now, and that means voting this motherfucker out. That does not mean not voting. You are not nice because you are not voting. You are not nice that you could talk about people of color, this wage gap, this inequality, that, yada, 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 and you can't take the literal one time you need to vote someone out who is actively perpetuating this shit. If you cannot muster the energy to do that, you are not nice, you are not great, you are actually a pretty shitty person. You are a pretty shitty person because you are not helping get rid of this stuff. You are sitting there acting as though you did something when again, you did nothing. You are lazy pretending that you are nice. You are lazy pretending that you are enlightened and in the middle. You are lazy and not nice for not doing the one damn civil duty you're supposed to have by making this place better, by voting for these people that, again, none of us don't like that. It is a luxury to like these people. It is our job to make sure that this country is being ran the best way it can out of the choices that we have. Stop being nice and do some shit.
Well, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. We know it's a little long. Um, just remember, it's Deep Dank Discussions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can find us on all platforms of social media, including Twitter. Sorry, I have allergies super bad for some reason. But all platforms of social media, including Twitter. Twitter's going to be Deep Dank Discuss with the one. We're out. We're going to do another episode for you guys. So, bye.
Bye.